The self-adhesive EPDM system is ideal for both new build and overlaying of existing asphalt and felt roofing systems. The roof deck should be clean and dry. Stir the FG35 primer and keep in a warm room prior to installation if the weather is cold. This will help achieve a consistent, even coverage. Apply the FG35 primer evenly using a medium pile roller. Always ensure primer is applied to the perimeter and upstands of the roof first before coating the main roof area. 50% coverage of the centre of the roof is acceptable using a checkerboard pattern. Allow the primer to fully dry before laying the membrane. This could take between 30 minutes and 1 hour. Never prime an area bigger than the area to be covered in one day. Roll out the rubber membrane, taking note of the non-adhesive lap when laying out adjacent sheets. Position the membrane against any upstands and score the release paper, as this will be removed at a later stage. Once the membrane has been positioned, roll the membrane back to the centre of the roof so that the release paper can be removed. Score the release paper with a sharp craft knife. Remove the release paper whilst rolling the membrane back into position, and use a broom to ensure that the membrane has full contact with the primed deck. Bond membrane to upstands and walls by removing the release paper. It is often best to remove the release paper in stages, leaving the paper inside the pig's ear on internal corners. There is more than one way to waterproof an internal corner. Please see the second option later in this video guide. Repeat process for adjacent membrane sheets. Cut the membrane to length and around roof details. Additional self-adhesive sheets can be used to waterproof upstands. Ensure sufficient membrane is allowed for to give a 50 mm overlap on the deck membrane and adjacent corner membrane. Heat weld any membrane overlaps prior to installing corner patches. Heat weld the flap used to wrap around the external corner. Cut a circular corner patch and cut out a finger width section with the circle rounding off any corners. Stretch the corner patch to break the integral reinforcement strands. You will hear them break, and this will allow the membrane patch to cover the corner. Heat weld the Resitrix corner patch. Heat weld an additional piece of self-adhesive membrane over the upstand and corner patch. Where two separate sheets of membrane terminate at an internal corner, it will be necessary to install a corner patch. Fold the circular patch in half, fold the patch again into quarters and release one of the folds to form a pocket. Heat weld the internal corner patch. Remove the release paper from the section of membrane that will be used to form an upstand curb over the roof edge batten. Use a seam roller to mould the membrane to edge detail, ensuring 100% bond on angle changes. Heat weld the self-adhesive membrane laps. Ensure a 2-inch or 50 mm gap is maintained between the heat gun nozzle and seam roller for a consistent weld. Excess pressure should not be required to create a bleed out. A good heat weld is indicated by a bleed out of the molten polymer bitumen from the bottom of the top sheet being welded. Install flat roof edge trims using the installation guide relating to your chosen roof trims. Complete installation of a self-adhesive EPDM flat roofing membrane.